Hello, welcome to this introduction to the little prophetic book of Joel. We all long for spiritual renewal, and the prophet Joel speaks into this longing and gives some important answers. The event which catalysed Joel to prophesy into this was a locust swarm which swept through the country, causing devastation. And in the aftermath, Joel began to prophesy and say what has happened naturally in the agricultural world is a picture of what's going on in the spiritual world. And he speaks to his nation and his people, and he says, wake up, repent. He says judgment is coming. And the first half, almost exactly the first half of the 3 chapters of Joel, are all about how to repent. He says, rend your heart and not your garments. He talks in the most sincere way he can about all that is needed to come before God and repent truthfully and honestly and sincerely. But the second half of the book is all about what happens when you do. And there's a list, a progression of blessings and things that God restores to the nation. First of all, he gives food. Then he protects and he restores. But most of all, at the end of chapter 2, he speaks of spiritual renewal. And that's why on the day of Pentecost, Peter got up and quoted from Joel chapter 2. Those lovely verses in the sermon of Pentecost, because Peter was talking about this dynamic of spiritual renewal. And Paul also picks up on exactly the same thing, and elsewhere Romans chapter 10 speaks of anyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. And then the final chapter is all about the blessing that comes, and instead of God coming in judgment, God comes in blessing, and it has the effect on all the nations of the world. Everyone will see this outworking of God's benevolence and his order coming to humankind. It's a wonderful, provocative book, but it's the essence of it. It teaches us how to repent, how to turn to God sincerely, and it teaches us the blessing that will come, the intervention of the Spirit of God in our lives.